Arizona Wildlife Views, brought to you by the sale of hunting and fishing licenses and the Heritage Fund, lottery dollars working for wildlife. Some projects made possible by the Sportfish and Wildlife Restoration Fund.
Find birds. Let's go.
Good evening, and welcome to Arizona Wildlife Views. I'm your host, Jim Harkin. On tonight's show, we head out to Sugarloaf Mountain and see what researchers are doing with the desert tortoises there. Then we head out to the lake and we see the very latest in boating safety. But first, February 2008 saw the city of Glendale host Super Bowl 42. Before the kickoff, there were all kinds of activities for residents and visitors alike. And some local kids got to meet their sports heroes when they took part in the Legend Celebrity Clay Target Shoot.
We had a blast today. We had a whole bunch of people come out, the NFL legends and some other people, luminaries from the professional sports world. 16 great shooters young shooters from around the state of Arizona, and some other folks to have a big, fun celebrity clay shoot.
This is our 8th year of sponsoring this charity shoot. We find local charities, and usually charities that are for kids and do things for kids, and raise money to sponsor those charities.
This year's charity was the Joyner Walker Foundation. During the event, celebrities were teamed with local Scholastic Clay Target participants to enjoy a round of sporting clays.
And basically our group, our foundation, we're 501 nonprofit, and what our mandate is first of all, it's education always. You know, we always stress education with these young kids because that is the great equalizer.
But the other thing we do is that we make more people aware of shooting. There are a lot of first-time shooters out here. Everybody has a lot of fun, and they go home and they come back and try it again. We had one of the members of our team today had never shot before, and he's coming back. By the time he finished, he was hitting all the rounds. These professional athletes are pretty good at that kind of stuff. But we do this mainly to introduce people to shooting. It also helps with NRA Sports brand to get the publicity that we have around Super Bowl time to see shooting right up there with the golf tournaments and the other things that take place.
Gander Mountain's out here because we have a strong interest in supporting the shooting sports at all ages, not just the traditional, maybe male-dominated role that it has been, but also actually to get and encourage more women and youth to be involved. And obviously with the great young shooters that we saw out here today, that was fulfilled that way. Gander Mountain sponsored the 4 teams, and there were also a great number of not youth women, some mothers and others that were out here. Some of them experienced shooters, and some of them that were less experienced, and I could see that they all had fun. So that's consistent with Gander's mission of encouraging more youth and women into the shooting sports.
Another sponsor of the Legends Clay Target Shoot is the Starkey Foundation.
Starkey Foundation is one of the sponsors, and Starkey very generously came up here and fit all of the shooters today with hearing protection equipment, which was just very generous and awesome of them. It's really kind of consistent with what Starkey does. Many venues around the world takes a very great interest in hearing protection and does some cool things like that.
the SCTP kids got as much enjoyment from meeting all the celebrities as they did from the shoot.
We are shooting with Dave Bunce from Illinois, from the Redskins, yeah. Yes!
I had two of the cutest girls that I've seen in a long time, I think they were 12 and 13 years old. Wearing earrings and, combing their hair in between stations, and then they'd get right up there. And a couple of stations they beat me, which is wonderful. My deal is I'd like to teach a woman to shoot so well that no man will give her advice. And I gave very little advice to these young kids, and I think they're going to be great. And it's fun to see. I mean, they just got up there and smacked the target just as hard as any man that's out here.
People always think it's like a guy sport, which is totally wrong, because there are a lot of good girl shooters in the sport.
It is. We always make, like, Brett and Lane will always kick their butt sometimes out here. It's actually really funny.
They are awesome, and saw some amazing young shooters out there, and we're really pleased to see that. Gander Mountain, along with the NRA and the other organizations, are all very interested in getting youth involved in the shooting sports, and so it's really great to see something like this.
It was so much fun.
There is a lot of fun and a lot of competition. There's a lot of camaraderie that goes on. It's our team against their team. It's our team members against each other. In other words, by competing against your own individual team members, you make them better, they make you better.
And we usually beat the guys too.
We'll also make bets with them. If they lose to us, we make them wear a pink hat that says "Shoot like a girl if you can." And we tell them that girls are better no matter what, and they better watch out because we'll kick their butt.
So people just have like a totally wrong perspective of the sport, and more girls should start shooting.
They should.
Pull.
Sugarloaf Mountain has been the home of tortoise studies since the 90s. Up next, we check in with the researchers who continue to learn from these ancient creatures of the desert.
It's early morning on Sugarloaf Mountain. The biologists and volunteers make sure they get plenty of carbs. They'll need them in the day to follow. You see, they're hot on the trail of the elusive desert tortoise. While only a snail would call a tortoise fast, the desert tortoise dens in rocks facing desert washes and other feeding areas, and that makes for a whole lot of exercise for the researchers. One volunteer has already found his first treasure, but forgoes the usual weights and measures. Don't blame him. I wouldn't want that guy mad at me either. After admiring his new friend, it's time to let him go.
I am volunteering today with the Arizona Game and Fish folks looking for desert tortoises, doing desert tortoise surveys. We found, I think we found a total of 12 live tortoises, and including 2 unmarked, so those are new to the study tortoises.
Since this area has been used for various tortoise research studies going back to 1995, finding 2 unmarked tortoises is truly remarkable.
The study was initiated in 95 through 2005, specifically looking at reproduction in desert tortoises. And so tortoises were brought back to base camp, x-rayed, and it was then determined whether they had calcified eggs, whether they would be laying eggs this year. When that study concluded in 2005, we removed the radio transmitters.
Without those radio transmitters, finding a tortoise usually consists of a lot of poking, prodding, and looking into various crevices.
And now we are just going out and keeping tabs on the population by looking for live tortoises, dead tortoises, and continuing to mark new individuals that we find and we collect.
Each newly discovered tortoise is given a unique study number, which is translated into grooves that are cut into the edge of their shells. Once that task is complete, the biologists do what biologists the world over like to do.
We collect measurements, weights, sex, and locations for these animals, and we can continue to keep track of their home ranges. On the data sheet, other things that we look for are any signs of disease or parasites. The only parasites that we've seen on tortoises out here are parasitic sandflies, and so that's just a note that we like to make. It's more of an observation. We don't do much with that other than just catalog the data. We also like to look to see if they have any signs of cutaneous dyskeratosis, which is a shell disease that is affecting tortoises in the Mojave Desert. And as far as looking for all of the health signs, upper respiratory tract disease, we look at their eyes and their nose and check their breathing to see if they have any clinical signs of upper respiratory tract disease, which again has had great impact on the Mojave population of desert tortoises.
It is illegal to remove a tortoise from the wild, and because of the risk of upper respiratory diseases contaminating native wild desert tortoise populations, it is also against the law to return a pet tortoise to the wild.
Up next on Arizona Wildlife Views, the department has a new, first-of-its-kind boating safety video that isn't a boating safety video. Stay tuned for Splash.
Grandpa?
Hey, kiddo.
What you looking for?
This. Happy birthday.
This is your rod.
And now it's yours.
This is going to be the best birthday ever.
Fire in the hole! Oh. Rise and shine, you landlubbers! Huh?
Man.
Time to set sail!
Why?
Let's go! Let's go!
Why? That's your friend.
Oh, landlubbers.
That was my ear, dude. What's his problem? What?
You have a lot of stuff just for one day.
One day or 1 week, you gotta be prepared, kiddo. That's my new high-tech life preserver in case we spring a leak.
Spring a leak?
You never know.
Well, I do know you don't need this anymore. Because we can just use my cell phone. It's really cool.
Pretty snazzy. But no matter how cool they are, cell phones don't always work on water.
I never knew that.
Well, you know more than most. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people on the lake that don't know a boat plug from a spark plug. So, that's why we bring all this stuff.
We're burning daylight, boys! Come on, pick up your feet, let's go! This boat leaves without you!
Dude, where'd you get the boat?
Big bonus equals big boat.
Dude, you're not a boater.
You kidding me, man? I was born on the lake.
Probably the last time you drove one of these things.
If you can drive a car, you can drive a boat.
That's right, baby.
Thanks, babe.
Who said you could drive a car?
Boys, this is Kayla. It's Rachel's cousin, and that's the only reason why she's here.
Hey, Rach, what's up?
Hey, boys.
Don't you think we should hook this up here?
Hey, man, that's just for show, all right? You don't need it. You see this beast? Everyone's gonna be seeing this on the road.
Whatever, dude. Hey, Skip, do we need to bring anything?
It's a lake. All you need is your flip-flops, your board shorts, and that great personality, all right? Everything else is optional.
You know, I was thinking, maybe it's time you learned how to drive her.
Charlotte?
Why not? It's your birthday.
That's so cool.
But
Uh-oh.
life jackets on everybody all the time.
Huh?
Look,
I'd wear that.
And you have to learn everything there is to know so that you keep her and us safe.
That's easy. Just keep the deck sunny side up and don't bump into other boats.
The safety stuff starts way before the boat hits the water.
I know that.
I know you do. Look, go tell Grandma that we're leaving right away and that we'll be back by 4 p.m. sharp, okay?
So many instructions, Grandpa.
And don't forget your sunscreen, your big hat, and your shoes. No floppy sandals.
So it'll look like you.
Come on back and I'll show you how to hook up the trailer. Then I'll tell you how to hook up the lights and check the brakes and the tires.
Boating
and then
is
crossing
complicated.
chain. You know, important stuff. Make a wish and blow out the candle.
I wish we had a boat like that.
Impressive piece of equipment.
Don't you wish we could, like, take that out?
With a group like that, chances are like 50-50 you'll come back in one piece.
What do you mean?
Let's just say I feel more comfortable in Charlotte.
More comfortable than in that big boat?
It's always more dangerous with those big boats and crews like that. Come on, let's get going.
All right. We got breakfast. We got lunch.
Lunch for you.
And dinner.
Dinner for you.
All right, and I'll hold on to the first aid kits.
All right.
Hey, JD.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm tapped out. Can you fill up the boat?
Ooh, so much for the big bonus.
Dude, I only have like $10.
That's all right. Hey, it doesn't matter. We're in a rush. Let's go.
Ready for the drill?
On one condition.
That is.
If I pass, I drive.
Life jackets, radio, oars, floating devices, water, let's see, gas tank is full, and finally, what do you do if I fall in?
Depends whether or not I have a fish on the line.
Aha.
I throw in anything and everything that floats.
And if I have a heart attack from the cold water?
Grandpa, first I get on the radio, then I fly down any boat I can find.
She's all yours, Captain.
Asking a chimp to drive the spaceship.
They actually can do that.
Hey, when you want the back to go right, you turn the wheel left.
Oh, when you want to turn the wheel right, you go left.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you turn the wheel left. Dude, calm down.
Can I tell you a secret?
Is this another safety tip?
It's a confession.
I promise not to tell Grandma.
Sometimes when I'm out here and the fish aren't biting, I just put down anchor and I watch this.
Watch what?
These poor souls trying to launch their boat. It's better than cable.
You're weird, Grandpa.
Speaking of weird, look, here's your big boat.
Point that arm at the tree, and then your ear at the cactus, and it goes straight back.
Rach, you seriously think it's safe to go out with these guys?
Yeah, he's just not that good at
Straighten the wheel. There you go.
Hey,
Come
no, as
direct
we get
it.
on the water, we'll be fine.
Are you kidding me?
Just go straight. Just go straight.
Oh,
You're turning the wheel, you idiot. You are inbred, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, I can drive a car.
What are you doing? You're parallel with the boat right
you're
now.
not so weird.
Thank you.
You didn't have any trouble.
Well, it's tricky if you wait till you get here to try it.
He's never gonna get that boat in the water.
He would if he did three things. Go slow, put both hands on the bottom of the wheel, and move in the direction that you want the rear of the trailer to go.
That's it?
That, and if he's willing to start over if it goes badly.
Even I can do that.
Easily, when you're old enough to drive a car. Let it rip.
What are you doing? You're parallel with a boat right now. Huh? Why does that make sense? Does this look right? I can't see.
That's perpendicular. Let's take a geometry class.
Jeremy, you might want to slow down just a little bit. Straight back. It's where the water is. Hey, hurry, seriously, because I got to be somewhere at 7 p.m. That's cool. Go ahead.
Am I drive? I don't.
You know what you're doing. You're turning the wheel again. Oh, God. Now you're going. Okay. Well, you're closer, but you're still an idiot.
Hey, wait for the guy.
Come on, you wait up. You are Jeremy. Don't be such a jerk. Wait. Come on, let's do this. I hate you. Oh, no.
Hey, Jeremy, babe, do you have the bottle opener? Huh? Get the bottle opener, please.
Dude!
The keys! Jeremy!
Cut the engine off.
How are we gonna open this?
Nothing to it,
Like I said, keep the deck up and the bow pointed towards the fish.
basically.
How long have you been coming to this lake?
Oh, 30 years.
Has it changed a lot?
Yes, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
There was a time when I would not have worried about you driving.
you do now?
Oh, it's not about you, hun. It's about all these big boats and crazy people.
It's like air surfing right here.
Air surfing! Air surfing!
One leg. One leg.
One leg!
One leg.
One leg!
Oh, that's great. I love yikes.
2 legs! 2 legs!
2 legs.
3 legs!
1 toe.
3 legs!
Hey, you're going the wrong way.
Leg, dude! There are no legs!
It's counterclockwise, the opposite direction. That way no one hits each other.
All right, Scotty, let's see what you're made of. You gotta give it to him more than that. You gotta
Here's
give
a
it
drink,
to him more
bro.
than that. Let's go.
Yeah!
Let's go.
You guys, down.
Toast, baby!
Woo! These guys are getting real close. Get down so you can be safe.
Tommy Graham! Yeah! Give me no more! We're done! Jimmy, you rock, bro!
You left me behind. You never leave a man behind. Come back.
Sorry, little girl! Hey, Kayla, wake up!
He was mad. No, you see that?
To the one and only Kayla!
You guys need to move.
We've got big problems on this boat.
Big ego, big boat, big problems, yeah.
Ma'am,
Nothing, sir, sorry.
I count at least 8 violations on this watercraft, including not having enough life jackets, no ski flag, failure to control your wake, littering.
So, are you gonna give us a ticket?
Not you, just the operator. Is there a sober and competent operator on this boat?
I can drive the boat.
Sir, consider yourself under investigation for operating under the influence. Let's look into your eyes.
Do you know him?
No, not him, but guys like him.
Grandpa, it'd be all right if you drive the boat back.
You don't like driving?
I like fishing better. This boating thing is kind of complicated.
And that's our show for this evening. If you'd like any more information about anything you saw on the show, go to our website at azgfd.gov. For producers Gary Schaefer and Carol Lind, I'm your host Jim Harkin. Thanks for watching.